No, good evening, truck and tractor pool fans. Little double whammy
Hello,
there for the
hello.
start. Hello, hello. How is Miss Kendra?
Wonderful. How are you this evening?
Okay, getting
Good.
along as good as I can. Uh, Adam was going to be with us tonight. Adam Drought. He is at a concert tonight, so I guess we'll let him slide, being it's the Dave Matthews Band. But anyway, uh, Duane Martin is fired up, ready to go backstage. He'll be here right around 7:30 ish for this weekend's upcoming round two of Beast of the East at the Lebanon Area Fairgrounds, Lebanon, PA. But right now we have we're going to cut Kendra loose, I guess. Just trying to think if anything's going on. Uh, hmm. I know there was some bouncy pickles over the weekend, and
So we ain't talking about that.
so I'm sure normally we'll get to the bottom of that. But yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and cut you loose, and then we'll go ahead and hit the buck, and then we're gonna. By then, we'll probably go over some upcoming events, and by then we should be ready for Dwayne for round two of Beast of the East. So, hello, Chris Smith. How are you?
Clint's
So
over there trying to get us all fired up, saying about no live, no picture, no sound. I think he's just a little delayed.
now we got picture and sound. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Maybe Facebook's just running a little slow today.
Could
All
be.
right. This past weekend, Interstate was in two locations. We were at Buck Motorsports with the Mod Turbo class, and then we were also in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Three of the Interstate classes were there, as well as some dirt drags. Heard the event went off fairly well. Um, Apparently, they got some new dirt there at the Shippensburg facility. Caused a couple issues at the starting line, but they say that it looks promising. At least that's
Yeah.
what my sources say. We'll start with the results. First class that ran was the 7,800 mods. There was 11 of them on hand. Taking the win, I believe this is his first interstate win, so congratulations, goes to Ryan Hartnett with the agitator going 312 feet, point
How
one
about that?
five.
He drives quite a ways to get here
Yeah,
too.
he's from Northwest PA, so
Yeah, yeah.
Northwest or Northeast. I don't know. He's from Northern PA. That's
Northwest.
all I know.
He's Northwest PA. You're right.
Okay, that's what I thought. Second place went to another one who is really commuting here lately, Rick Wolf, with the one too many going 306.45. Third place went to the village idiot himself, Ian Eriker, with the unstable at 301.5. Fourth place went to Amber Blizzard with unaffordable at 297.3. Fifth place went to Dale Forrester driving Don Haley's Track Fever at 294.85. Sixth place went to Jason Weichel with the Untamed at 294.35. Seventh place went to Ricky Blizzard, who I believe's birthday was just yesterday. So happy birthday, Ricky, with the Barely Affordable at
Still a kid.
293. Huh?
He's still a kid. But he just turned a big 5-0 finally. He's still a kid.
Eighth place went to Nelson Egolf with the Tinker Toy at 292.95. Ninth place went to Kevin Stauffer with the Rough and Ready at 280.6. 10th place went to Tom Kennedy with the Old Reliable at 198. And unfortunately, Andy Forrester with the Nonsense had to scratch. He was having some mechanical difficulties.
Now, I was just getting ready to point that out, Clint. You turned a big 5-8. You're 2 years ahead of me.
Oh, well, happy birthday,
Yep.
Clint. Next class was the 7,700 Light Limited. 8 tractors on hand. Taking the win was Ricky Tavner with the Red Tornado at 302.05. Second place went to Perrin Bean with All About That Alice at 296.5. Third place went to Michael Thomas with Steel in Time at 288.35. Fourth place went to Andy Forrester with Internationally Known at 284, which, by the way, is still for sale if anybody is looking for a turnkey light limited tractor. Fifth place is Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden at 277.9. Sixth place went to Matt Dersham with the other half at 270 even. Seventh place was Ben Flaherty Sr. with the Smokin' Red. Unfortunately, got a little squirrely there at the starting line, going 89.1 feet. Had to get out of it due to flirting with that white line. And then, unfortunately, we had to have another scratch. Jason Weichel with the Unleashed. When I asked him what happened, he said, my smoky thing didn't make any smoke. So, wondering if there's some internal engine issues there.
That's a unique.
Well, see, he has a 7800 mod and then he has a 7700 light limited. So he's got the smoky thing and the noisy thing. The next class we went to was, or actually, I guess the final class at the Shippensburg Polo on Saturday was the 4500 small block trucks. Taking the win was Tyler Shives with Bootlegger at 278.1. Second place was Chris Utzi with the One Bad Bow Tie at 276.9. Third place was Travis Utzi with Stomper at 273.6. Good night for the Utzi boys. Fourth place went to Denny Shives with the Alcohol Abuse going 273.25. Sam Hassler was fifth place going with the Junkyard Dog at 271.4. Right behind him was Derek Dice with the Mopar Magic 271.25. Seventh place was Austin Stoner with Analyze This going 263.6. Eighth place went to Ryan Varner with the Mountain Maniac at 235.45. Ninth place was Denny Stoner with the Macon Tracks at 195.7. And rounding out the class was Jared Stoner with his Ford F-250 Ranger, the 183.15. And unfortunately, I do not know anything that happened with the dirt drags as I was at the Buck.
You were at the Buck.
Was at the Buck.
And I'm sure you don't have any results, right?
I have one class. I have two classes worth of
What
results.
two classes do you have?
Which two do you think?
I know you have
the turbos and the trucks.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm in a situation here real quick with my results.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Hang on just a second. I might be okay. Mine are printed kind of funny because it was taking one half of the sheet, then the other half of the sheet as far as the photos that I got. So,
do you want me to do the mod turbos real quick? Give you a couple more minutes.
I think I might be okay. If I don't mention a tractor name, forgive me.
I'll yell at you.
Most of them are on here, so I think it's really tricky because I got to follow two different graphs here. I'll just shut up and get started. How's that? As soon as my papers quit blowing away. Jeez. Okay, first class up. The 12,000-pound enhanced farm tractors. Snyder County. Tractor pullers. Let's see. Again, bear with me because I'm seeking as I speak. So taking the win, Brooks Major. Brooks Major with the mystery case. How about that? Not that I'm surprised he won because I knew it would be a matter of time. But congratulations, Brooks, on your first win there, I believe it is. 267.92. Second was Mike Quarter with the other deer, John Deere, at 263.93. Third was Mason Siddall on his John Deere 6030, 262.44. What was that?
My computer. I opened up my work email and then it because I had a meeting this afternoon.
Gotcha.
Was reminding me of that.
Okay, fourth was Rick Shirey Jr. with the plow jockey at 256.58. Fifth was Matthew Siddall with a John Deere 6030 at 256.19. Sixth was Steve Mundrick with his 1066 International. Fat Boys Toy, I believe that's called, at 255.44. Okay. Yeah, I got to count. It's hard to explain unless you got the paper in front of you. Seventh was Rick Hauk with a little stinker 2 at 252.85. Eighth was Dan Mundrick with an International 1066 at 226.32. Ninth, oh boy. Michael Hicks with an International 1066 at 197.50. 10th was Justin Walls with a 1466 at 196.68. And rounding out the class in 11th was Kyle Johnson with a 1206 International at 185.87. Let's see. I'll let you do second class. That would be my turbo. I'm sorry.
Alrighty. I just got scolded from a particular mod turbo tractor or mod turbo driver because we have a 3-way tie for first place right now in points.
Okay.
And they're upset that since they have 2 in the first top 3 that their name isn't first. He's of course kidding. It's Vern and Jason. And he's like, why is my name not first?
Oh, yes.
Because that's not the way the computer sorted it.
It's really Kendra's fault, but that's okay. We'll let her. We'll excuse her.
It is. Jason gave me a 20 last night. So.
Step it up, Vern. Gotta step it up, buddy.
Anyway. So the reason that Mr. Zerby and Jason Forrester are tied for first now in points is Vern had a very good night at the Buck. Well, until his turbo ate a water injection nozzle and popped the turbo. But up until then, he was having a really good night. Taking the win was Dr. LZ going 325.66 feet. Second place was Scott Kiskadden driving BJ Wilkins' bull ride going 321.28. Third place went to Vern Zerby again with Z Unit 320.50. Fourth place was Justin Latour with the Addicted at 313.48. Hold on a second. I could feel a little tickle there. Fifth place went to Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf going 312.91. Sixth place went to Tommy Williams with Firestorm at 310.20. Seventh place went to Philip Price doing the driving on Antrim Tantrum at 308.38. Eighth place went to Guy Gokenauer driving Stress Test at 307.05. Ninth place went to Rick Hauk pulling double duty, literally, with the little stinker at 297.86. 10th place went to Eric Eberhardt with the hammer down at 283.85. And rounding out the class was Jimmy Williams with Cadillac Red at 276.73.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a break and read a class, then we'll come back to you for Diesel. Run what you brung.
Okay.
Let's see.
Go ahead and get that pulled up.
Okay. We'll go ahead. Papers keep blowing away. Somebody coming up the driveway. Yeah, we'll take a look at the 10,000 Open. And taking the win was Josh Martin with Think Green at 319.77. Second place, Josh Martin with That Darn Deer, 300.19. Third was Courtney Robinson with that brand new hot rod, the Phony Business Triple Blown at 290.96. Fourth was Kirsty Robinson with Phony Express, another triple blown Chevy machine at 245.12. And rounding out the class of 5 was Tim Robinson with the Phony 2, a single blown Hemi at 227.58. And if you would like to go ahead and do the run what you brung.
Yes. And then we also had a question in the comments from Tom Travis. There was unfortunately no semis pulling this weekend. But I do believe we'll be talking about Delmar here in a little bit in Delaware. They're having the semis, correct?
They will have the limited pro stock semis with pretty much at all of our events this year, just about.
Yeah.
This weekend, they'll have the street semis early, which Duane's going to come on and tell us about. That class is actually moved to be probably the first class, so they can leave Lebanon and go to Kempton. So street semi trucks will have 2 hooks Saturday night, one at Lebanon and then over at Kempton. So, and Lebanon has a class of pro stock semis too. If I'm sure they'll get a few show up for that too. So yeah, this Saturday you can get your fill.
All right. So now we're going to move into the Run What You Brung diesel pickup trucks that ran Saturday night at the Buck. Taking the win. Big shout out to James Barter getting that win. 319.85, had a beautiful pass. Second place went to Norm Newswanger with the, bouncy little ride he had. 307.92. Third place went to Greg Walker with the Dreams Happen at 295.22.
How about that 3.0 truck, huh?
I know. He had a really nice run.
Getting her done, man.
Yep. Fourth place, mine's still out of order. Fourth place went to Brandon Ward with the Widowmaker of Jay Hill going 289.91. Right behind him was Kervin Zimmerman with the Midnight Train going 289.09. Sixth place was Billy Mead with, I believe, he's got one of the Jenny trucks. I don't know which one.
Billy Mead drives the older Jenny.
Older Jenny, there we go. Yep. Going 281.47. And right on his coattails was teammate Matthew Holbrook with the 281.44 of the old Jenny, right?
Incorrect. That's the third. That's the new truck.
Oh,
Matthew's driving. He's driving the new truck. It's the third truck. I don't think it has a name yet.
Oldest Jenny.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come up with a name, and I'm sure it'll have something to do with Jenny.
Jenny. All right. So what does that bring us to? I think I'm at seventh place now. And that would have gone to Aaron Nemes. Nemes? Going to 41.07. I apologize if I destroyed your name there.
We're allowed to.
Yeah. And then following him was Kyle Spickerman, going 105.79. And then we had
old Jenny.
That's old Jenny. That's old Jenny. Yep. And then rounding out the class, unfortunately, was Brandon Turner, who came to us all the way from Staunton, Virginia. He had some issues there on the line, only going 73.23. Actually, no. And then rounding out the class, sorry, Tommy, was Tommy Hassler going 49.59 with his Twisted Addiction. Yep, he also had some starting line mishap there.
He couldn't get that big turbo to turn, I guess.
Yeah.
It's run what you brung.
Yeah. Hope you brought enough.
Perfectly legal. Good evening, Mr. Walker. Okay, and that rounded that class out, and we're going to take a look at Lake Pro Super Farm. Again, bear with me. Taking a win. Actually, we had a 3-tractor pull-off in this class, as we keep smiling. Taking the win was Mark Smith with his
Ford 8700.
Ford 8700. See how simple that was? That would be a full pull, and then a 334.35. Second would have been Matt Smith with his 9700 Ford. Correct?
Yes, 97.
That would be a full pull, 325.76. Third, Kevin Utt with the Rolling Thunder with a full pull and a scratch. Did not hook. Did not pull. So that would be third place. Fourth was Cody Utt, the Storm. That's the son of Kevin. At 352.99. Full pull was set at 360, I believe.
Yeah, 360.
I wasn't there, so. Yep, I got it right down right here, see? Okay.
Good job, Mike Walker.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Mike doesn't write, he just films. I'm just kidding. But anyway. Oh, thanks, Joey. I didn't know he said he sent all the results. I didn't know that. I just now saw it. Anyway, fifth, where were we at? Fifth, fourth, fifth. Fifth was Shane Scott. Shane's driving Blue Unit, I presume, or
yes, he was on Blue Unit.
Okay. I haven't done the class yet, so that's why I don't know what tractors were there. 332.08. Sixth was Matt Smith with the black and blue at 329.28. 7th, Justin Latour with that pretty
Addicted.
white and red tractor called Addicted. Yes, I know. I was getting to it.
Oh. You
Do
looked
something
confused.
do something with my guest, Justin. Anyway, confused. I'm always looking confused, man. But that was 325.85. 8th was Ray Belak with. They got bad and red on here. That's funny. Rage and Red at 324.81. And 9th was Scott Becker. It's a Casola Farms tractor. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. 267.54.
It starts with a D. Is it like detonator or
Dominator?
Dominator. There we go.
Dominator. I should know that. I was just watching Reed Timmer chasing tornadoes, severe storms here, and somebody woke me up at 25 after 6. Thankfully, or we might not have had a show in time tonight. I've had a long day. Next up, modified 2-wheel drive trucks. Let's see. Taking a win was Krista Wilson with her dirty money, 333.20. Second was Steve Wilson with the running bear, 327.05. Third was Robbie Campbell. Robbie Campbell. I don't think he's named a truck yet, 322.92. Fourth was Darren Wilson with dirty money at 313.97. Fifth was Irv Clark with Taz Toy at 308.07. And rounding out the class in 6th was Irv Clark with Wildside at 229.48. And if you watched the video I posted, you've seen the burst panel and put on a little bit of a spark and fire show there. So hopefully not too major. Hopefully. And I guess we'll end the night with the Pro Street Gas 4x4 trucks. Taking the win again, Mike Mitchell with Bad to the Bone at 305.95. Wow. Second was Robert Markey Jr., okay, with Devastation at 297.68. Third was Adam Tice at 296.94. Fourth, Bob Markey with his GMC at 285.80. Fifth was 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's got to be the Frogtown favorite, Kim Freed, at 280.12. Sixth was Donald Eshelman at 272.73. Seventh was Blake May at 269.54. Blake May. That has something to do with farming. I forget what the name of the truck is. I apologize. And eighth place, Jeremiah Fake at 176.85. Hi, Lynn Clark. How are you? And that rounded out the event at Buck. So from what I can see, tracks were much better than the previous pulling event there. Back a decent show. Congratulations. So, okay, we got Duane with us here. He's an early bird. Actually, it's 7:30, so he's running.
Yeah, I was say it's. I was like, holy cow, right on time.
So we'll go ahead and bring Duane Martin in here. Duane is
really
part
quick,
of that.
I do have an announcement I want to get out there. New media, the Diesel Motorsports pool / drag race / everything that is happening on June 24th. They had moved their start time. New media will now begin at 1 p.m. up there at the New Media Dragway. So I will, of course, mention that again next week. But they did have a time change here. So 1 p.m., New Media Dragway, June the 24th. Thank you. I digress. Duane.
You know, I never, in 50-some years, 56, 50 since about, for 53 years, the word digress was never part of any vocabulary I ever heard in my life.
Really?
Okay? I started watching RV shows. We're big into RVing too here. And there's a couple of guys that do the editing and stuff with their shows with their wives and stuff. And I hear I digress all the time. And I'm like, obviously I know what it meant because he shut up and let her start talking. So I know what I digress. But I never heard the saying until until about 3 or 4 years ago. We'll say it just, I don't know.
Interesting.
Now my cast is starting to use it. Anyway, that gum, is he on fire?
Hey,
Welcome, Duane Martin. How are you?
here we go.
Here we
Can
go. I'll tell you what we'll do.
Anyway,
I
I'm
already know
glad.
we're going to talk about Lebanon. What? Give us time to announce a couple of our schedules. Then we're going to turn everything over to you. You'll be the star of the show.
This is terrible.
Oh yeah. So, Kendra.
Yes, this weekend. 2 different interstate events happening. The first will be
Did
Jefferson
you say
County.
intrastate or interstate?
Interstate.
I think you said intrastate.
Well, interesting interstate events.
Interesting polls.
They actually are going to be pretty cool. Saturday, 7 p.m., Jefferson County, the Carneysville, West Virginia. Going to be having 3 interstate classes on hand. The 7800 modifieds, the 4500 small block trucks, and the 8500 wild street trucks will be present, as well as a 8,000-pound street diesel truck and a 7,000 street gas truck class and a 13.5 farm stock. And then they will also be doing diesel dirt drags. Also happening this weekend at 6 p.m., Deep Creek Lake, heading out to Garrett County, Maryland, out there in the mountains. Going to be having 5 interstate classes on hand. The 10,000 Pro Farm, 8,500 Mod Turbo, 7,700 Light Limited, 11,000-pound Hot Farms, the 6,200 two-wheel drive class, and then street diesel truck class, as well as, I believe Tom was asking, there will be semis out there as well. That was a late addition. And then again, we already discussed the June 24th Bullet New Media. 8,500 Mod Turbo, 7,800 Modifieds, and 6,200 two-wheel drive trucks will be out there, as well as a whole slew of diesel trucks. And then we'll round out with the June 30th, July 1st event out at New Centerville, Pennsylvania, which is out there by Somerset. Both nights is going to be 7 p.m. and both nights will be these 4 classes, as well as a full pool productions track. The 4,500 small block trucks, the 8,500 Mod Turbo, 6,200 two-wheel drives, and 7,800 mods. All right. Hey, JR, I digress.
Not sure if I can hang with you guys with such big words.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm answering some questions here. Okay. Yeah. I think next week we finally get going with East Coast Pro Pulling again. Again, we all know we got an event coming this Saturday night, and him right yonder is going to tell us about it here shortly. Kempton has an event this weekend. Did you make mention of that? I'm sorry, I wasn't.
I did not mention.
Yeah, they have a Friday and a Saturday event at Kempton Fairgrounds. I guess it's their fair pool. They have a fair very early in the year, but that is this Friday and Saturday. Where am I going here? June 24th. That would be next Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Delaware International Speedway in Delmar, Delaware. Super stock, pro stock tractors, hot farm tractors, modified four-wheel drive trucks, 7,500-pound modified tractors, East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, and limited pro stock semis, all at the Delaware International Speedway. Get on 13 and head south, and pretty much at the state line back into Maryland, you'll be at Delaware International Speedway. 7 p.m. June 30th. It's the following Friday. Shippensburg Truck and Tractor Pull at the Shippensburg Fairgrounds at 7 p.m. And that's going to be the East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive trucks, light pro tractors, modified 4x4 trucks, and the super stock pro stock tractors the following evening at 7 p.m. July 1st at Shippensburg. East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive, light pro tractors, super stock, pro stock, and the limited pro stock semi trucks. and I'll go 2 more weekends. July 8th at 6 p.m. at Boonesboro, Maryland, Washington County Tractor Puller, Super Stock, Pro Stock tractors, modified tractors, modified four-wheel drive trucks, East Coast. Don't mean to bore you, Duane. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just really tired.
East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks, hot farm tractors, and limited pro stock semis. July 15th, hometown pool here, baby. Mason Dixon Fair, Delta, Pennsylvania, but I live in Maryland. But I could throw a rock and hit Pennsylvania. So, 7 p.m., East Coast diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, hot farm tractors, limited pro stock semis, and back again. Oh, it's been about 3 or 4 years since they've been there. The modified 4-wheel drive trucks. I had a question come in about that. Obviously, the last time the 4-wheel drive was pulled at Delta, it was a horrible track. It's just the way it was. That has since been rectified. New clay was brought in, and it actually was a very aggressive track. We finally got tamed down a little bit now. But yeah, it's. I think the modified 4-wheel drive trucks are going to really like this track versus what they had to pull on before. So, for sure. I guess we'll look at July 9th. Delmarva Tractor Pullers will be in Easton. 10 a.m. sign-in time. Roughly start pulling about 11 a.m. And then July 22nd, Delmarva Tractor Pullers will be in Chestertown. 8 a.m. sign-up time. Probably 9, 10 o'clock they'll start pulling there. So I think Shippensburg has a hook in there somewhere. Help me out here, Joey. Right down here somewhere.
July the
8th,
10th,
6:30. Yeah, July
Okay.
8th, 6:30 p.m. Grove. I do not have the classes in front of me, Joey. If he's still watching, he can list it in the comments, and we'll bring
July
that
8th.
back to you. And
You just said July 8th.
yeah, I got it. I had it written down. I had to find it. But yeah. Okay, Duane. It's all about you, man.
Are you sure? July the 8th, the event details are 26 Pro Street, 30 Limited Pro, Pro Street Gas, Wild Street, Enhanced Farm, and Hot Stock.
How do you know that so quick?
Because I have it on speed dial on my phone. I keep tabs of what's going on. Remember, there's a partnership there between us and them, so I kind of try to keep track of what's going on.
Yep.
All right. Is it my turn now?
It is.
I don't know if I have a whole lot to say this time around.
Yeah,
That
right.
is funny. You're right. People clear your calendar for the next hour and a half.
Terrible. Must be a lot going on. I was checking in every once in a while, and I was asked to help on the track for this event this past weekend at the Buck to do their double track operation for the first time. So most of the classes that you had called or had given results for, I actually got to flag a couple of them classes. So it was a pretty interesting evening.
You were the guy walking in front of the camera the whole night.
No, I was actually on the other track. I was on the pit side. Mike was videotaping from the announcer's side.
Yep, there's normal spot.
Yeah, so it was a good event. It ran nice and smooth, and I think that they'll be able to make something out of it in the future. That it'll just I shouldn't say make out of it, but it'll keep improving. The track was great, and I had a great time. Anyway, June the 17th coming up this weekend is our second pool of the year. And let me quick, since I jumped off of my stuff, we're going to be having on the announcer's side, this is actually going to be class order. We're going to.
I digress. Go ahead.
Okay. Announcer's stand side is going to be we're going to be starting with semis.
Yes.
This weekend because there's also going to be semis at Kempton, and so we're working with each other. What?
I swear I just heard that 5 minutes ago.
Who said that? Did Kendra say it? Oh, you did. I'm sorry. I didn't
Give me
realize.
some credit over here.
So we're starting out with street semis on the announcer's side, then Pro Street Gas, 9,500 turbo farm stock, 8 mile per hour, and then the 13,000 farm stock. On the pit side, we're going to be having Pro Street Semi, 3.0 limited product, 2.6.
Hold on a
Pro
second,
Street.
Dwayne.
I was
Hold
gonna
on,
say,
yes.
did he freeze for you too?
Yeah, you're freezing up. Back up and start your second track again. I'm sorry.
Second track is going to be Pro Street Semis, then 3.0, 2.6, Run What You Brung, and then the end is going to be Wild Street. So those will be our 10 classes that we'll be running. And hopefully the weather looks like it's going to play nice with us this time. The last time we had an intermission, little rain break. And
So that is the pulling order then.
howdy do, Chris Smith. Yeah, a little bit tired. You see me yawn a minute ago.
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's been one of them.
That's what we're planning on pulling order.
Okay.
We had everything set up to just have a phenomenal show, and then I think the rain the last time went and probably thinned our crowd out just a little bit. But we had rain around 9 o'clock. We recovered and resumed and finished the show. But we had a really, really decent show. I think we got done around 12:30 or something like that because of our rain delay. But I got a little souvenir. I got to figure out where I'm going here. Got a little souvenir. Nobody likes to have parts like this laying on the track.
Yeah.
But the Screaming Eagle tractor the rod decided to let go, and so this is the wrist pin from the Screaming Eagle case tractor that I found on Sunday morning laying on the side. So I think that was one of the only things that really went down south for any of the pullers. There might have been a little bit of breakage here and there. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed you couldn't be there, JR. I didn't get a chance to show you yet, but we had this fancy blue ratted out on pimped out mag wheels golf cart for you to haul you around, and you weren't even there to drive it.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
I might be able to use it this Saturday, but
I don't know if
I
we're
was
gonna
doing
get
pretty
it or not.
good. But I had a couple incidents today in shopping at a store, and that knee got plowed twice with shopping carts, and I don't mean easy either. The first one, was a young fella. I just, okay, he wasn't paying attention. The second one was just an out of control female shopper. Don't start the female.
Freaking females.
And I mean, she welled me, didn't say I'm sorry, just walked off. She's lucky I'm Christian. That's all I got.
Oh,
I digress.
you were ready to let her have it.
I digress.
Anyway, I didn't come on earlier because I have some
Yes.
visitors at my house, and one of those visitors is actually a former crew member for Leon Oberholzer and the Persuader.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You should have brought him on.
I don't know if he'd have much to say. I'm not sure if we could hug each other this tight to get onto the little camera
Time
here.
to digress there, sunshine.
Yeah, I digress. Pit gates open at 2 p.m. this Saturday. Spectator gates open at 5. Show starts at 7, and hopefully we can be done at a decent time. Admission $15, 10 and up. 10 and under is free. And information will be on Facebook and beastoftheeastpools.com. So
I just looked at the weather for this weekend. 75 degrees during the day, down to 55 at night.
Beautiful.
A 30% chance of rain, but we will take our chances.
I will be there. I'm upset that I didn't get to go to the first one.
So did
my kid will be there.
yep. Did you check Facebook at all this afternoon? Tyrus posted I
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
know.
saw he was
Tyrus
posting
posted
pictures.
a couple of chunks of photos from the last.
He don't know nothing about shooting photos.
I'm not saying
I'll
anything.
be honest with you. I'm surprised anything I shot at Simmons Grove was for the hoot. So, but they didn't. They
Yeah.
weren't too bad considering I'm shooting with. I'm shooting with equipment.
Speaking of Ty's super shot, he just sent me a message.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, I asked him to look for a picture from Sealings Grove Championship weekend.
Okay.
You can find them on Facebook on Ty's Super Shots.
But it's not there. But I know the picture was taken, so I'm looking.
You know what? That was the time that he had walked away from the wall. Turned around.
Well, I'm worried that it's one
break.
of those that got lost in his computer crash.
No.
It was a pit picture.
Ah.
How do you keep all those pictures straight?
How do I keep them
I said,
straight?
how do you keep all those pictures straight? There's got to be a ton of pictures on his computer.
I would think folders upon folders.
I have exactly a folder for every event, all the way back to. Gosh, I'm way back to the early 2000s, I guess.
Late 1974.
Not quite that far back.
Oh, so Duane, you posted, I'm assuming it was you. You posted one of your food vendors.
Yes.
Like the barbecue stand that has like the loaded fries.
You coming for that?
I've decided I'm conveniently forgetting food this weekend, and I'll make Norm buy my dinner or something.
So
I was like, I don't think I'm cooking this weekend. It's like, that looks freaking good.
In my travels at the last hook, I ended up back where the equipment was parked, and the guy, Joel from Sensing Spreading, and his friends were sitting there, and they had just gotten their food from the food vendor, and they were just head over heels for it. They were showing me everything that was in the bowl and explaining how much food they got, and they were just excited about it. So I was like, you know what? I had a lot of people contacting me on social media being like, hey, do you guys have food? What's the deal? And so I decided, well, I will post some things about food so people know that it's all about the experience. We try to take everything seriously. The expo is in charge of all the food, but we want to make sure that our spectators have a good time. I think I feel sometimes like I don't capitalize enough on some of the other stuff. We focus a lot on just the tractors and the pullers and things like that, pictures of the pullers, but try to get into
big circle.
Yeah.
It takes everybody. Takes everybody to make it work.
I seen the Buck Ridley capitalized on their huge double track event, and I thought that maybe Beast of the East doesn't capitalize on that enough. We've been doing it for 7 years now, and if people have never experienced that, they should definitely come out and experience it at least one time, because I'm sure they'll enjoy it enough to come back and do it again.
Absolutely. You guys that I'm familiar with your 2-track deal. You guys run a lot of hooks through, and
yeah,
I don't remember very many times leaving beyond midnight personally.
Yeah, normally it's about 11 to 11:30 at the latest.
Yep.
Yeah, I was this past weekend. I was flagging with Charlie Stolzfus. Charlie Stolzfus had one side, I had the other, and I'm telling you, I couldn't keep it going enough. I'm used to running back and forth at Beast of the East, and I have something going every minute, every second of the evening, and the night goes fast. And when you only do one side, you got to wait a while until the next one's hooked up and comes down the track. So I was actually running to the announcer's side stand and helping the kid on hook because I needed something to do.
They should have just gave you a microphone.
I don't think so. Ty actually, maybe I should even say this. Ty's been after me for like 6 or 7 years now, 8 years to help him, but I've never, I don't know.
I never announced either.
One and done over here. One and done.
One and done, huh?
I think if I would
Never
sit beside somebody and could chip in here and there, I could get myself into the groove and do it, but just to walk in there and be put on the spot just doesn't, I don't know. It's even hard enough to come on here and try to figure out what to say. I digress.
Yeah, right.
I digress.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's isn't there a I know you went over the classes. Isn't there a class coming from Western PA sometime? Is that this year?
Yeah, our hold on a minute here. Oh, here I have it. I have papers laying all over the place. And at our August hook, we're going to be having Appalachian Outlaws come in, and it's going to be a huge event. They were here last year, and I forget. I think I had figured that we had 60 trucks just on one side in gas class or something like that. So this year we're going to have the small block HO, the big block small block high output gas, big block high output gas, and we're going to be running their super modified, which is basically the same as the Run What You Brung class. It's open to, I think, diesel, alcohol, and gas.
Yep.
And so it's going to be an awesome event. There's going to be a lot of equipment there. Looking forward to it. And August the 12th also, we also overlap with another pool, so it hasn't been a very good year for us to have sole events.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with West End.
Yeah.
So I was very disappointed when I found all of that out, but you know what? It is what it is. I think next year the schedule or the weeks of the month will change, and hopefully we're back to having our own single events and not overlap some of the other Snyder County stuff.
Well, we just got a lot to talk about.
For sure.
Like, subscribe, share. Hit that thumbs up button for us. Goes a long way for us. Beast of the East. If you have not experienced the Beast of the East pool, get your butts in the stands, folks, because that is one hell of a show.
We got a new.
They keep the show running very good, and I'm just a couple more days away from going to seeing this brand new facility, if you will. Not I would say brand new, but you know, you guys have made. There's been a lot of improvements for sure. The lighting is wow. The lighting is fantastic.
Lighting is phenomenal. It really changed the whole facility.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, we definitely are going to have a good time for sure. To see if we can make sure that the milkshake stands there this weekend.
Yes, that would be nice.
Better be.
Not sure yet. Got to be careful what I promise. And hopefully, if everything works out, either probably tomorrow, we'll have our pre-registration out. So if any of the poolers are listening to this, they can go online and pre-register. It makes stuff go a lot faster at the event, evening of the event.
And that even works for Snyder County classes, correct?
Yes, works for all of them. Wow. And Matt's wife Jenny takes care of all of that by herself. Sometimes she has an assistant just to help her shuffle papers, but she gets I don't know, what are we saying, 120 to 140 hooks to do in an evening, and she gets it all done, no sweat.
Yep.
And again, semi classes are going to be first, so semi drivers, if anybody's listening, make sure that you guys are there when the 7 o'clock bell comes, because we're going to be starting out right away on both sides with semis.
Yeah, James Huber sent me a private message on Facebook about that, and I got to start sharing that around. I told him I would. Yeah.
I tagged James Huber in a post that I put out, and I put the names of all the drivers from the last hook with it, and I got a pretty good response.
Good.
And I basically told them, share the news with the rest of your fellow drivers. And so we'll see. Sometimes when you go from a later class and pull it to the front, sometimes guys all of a sudden have a problem because they figure on coming late, they work late, show up late, whatever.
Yeah, I can understand the working late and stuff, but the pool starts
at
a set time, and I don't know,
Yeah, we normally like
if you're going to pull, get there, you get signed up, get ready to pull. I don't care what class you are.
We normally like to try to have everything done and in the computer by 6:30,
right,
so that we can transition to starting the show.
Yeah, and 6:30 doesn't leave you a lot of time. Believe me, we're an hour ahead of start time. But that doesn't always work either. But we try to make it work.
I wish we could do it that way. We always say, you know what, we're going to be a little bit tougher on people and try to get them earlier because we don't have the time. But you know what? It's always the same thing. There's still guys coming to registration after the driver's meeting, and then we have to chase Jenny down in the announcer's stand.
It's a pain in the butt. So, and when you start saying no, they'll either accept it and do better next time or not come back. But you don't want that to happen.
We're trying to make a good show, and if somebody's there ready, we try to accommodate them the best we can.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
It's their responsibility to be respectful to us, and we're going to be respectful to them. So it goes both ways.
Yep. Understandable.
Yep. Look at that. It's 7:59.
Yeah,
but it's only 54 and 54:20 live.
Because we were too busy chatting before.
Oh, you started late. Hey, that's all right. We'll keep going. What are we going to talk about next?
I digress.
Kendra's coming for a double loaded nachos, fries, or baked potato.
Oh, French fries, 110%.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Shoot.
JR's showing up for video and milkshakes. Is Mike coming this time?
There too.
Yep, Mike's going up.
Yeah, I'm going to make him drive. He's going to drive my truck, probably. It's not that long of a drive for me, but if I can stretch my leg out, I'm going to stretch my leg out. So I'm going to let him drive, probably.
Are you guys going to set up on both sides of the track? I did notice when I was watching your videos that it kind of sucks when the roller and scraper tractors get in the way of a pull or a hook when you're trying to.
I didn't think of what I have edited and posted. It wasn't not as bad as I thought it would be. A lot of times they're in your way all the time, but it wasn't too bad. I haven't received any complaints yet. How's that?
That's
some of your stuff that I used to film by myself, 2 tracks. Ooh, I got lit up over a couple of classes. What do you want me to do, man? Run back and forth?
Yeah, it's tough.
I could do that, but not now. So
maybe what we should do is try to get you to set up in that no man's land in the middle of the 2 tracks.
Been there, done that. Oh, I've done it. As long as you got enough room, it's tight.
Seems a little bit scary, though.
It was fun. You got to have some width there. I can't remember how wide it is. Well, you got a wider situation now.
Yeah.
You probably have a little more room to work with.
I think we had 10 feet in the middle. We had 15 feet on each side and 10 feet in the middle at the last hook.
10 foot's
very comfortable.
It is. No, it's uncomfortable. Anytime you're between two screaming tracks, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a lot more comfortable than it was before at 2 feet or 4 feet when
Then I
we
got to
ran the old
with
track.
Blue Wonder. So
Yeah.
Robin
Well,
pick.
One thing that everybody's got to remember when you're on a track like any track is to be alert, because
Yes.
about the time that everybody's relaxing and everything is flowing smooth, something can go wrong and somebody's going to get hurt if they're not paying attention.
Yep.
So
that's absolutely correct. And that's
so
everybody at the facility.
Yeah.
Pits, anywhere.
Dangerous.
Be looking around yourself and be listening.
I've seen some crazy stuff happen already, even in the pits.
Yep.
Experienced some stuff where I thought that there was serious injury, and luckily it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I remember when Robert Martin got pinched between the Kubota and the tractor. I was standing right next to that when it happened, and it's, even just thinking back on it, it's crazy.
I shouldn't share this because I came so close to that here 4 weeks ago. Yeah. That sucks.
With the wagon incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's scary how fast stuff can happen there on the track.
Oh, yeah. The pits, let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not paying attention to the pits, I've seen some really crazy stuff happen. Not from stupidity. It just, it happens, okay, without the SH in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. And if I see somebody getting ready to come down out of a trailer and I see a pair of people, a couple of people, whatever, talking, I will go move them because they're not paying attention. I mean, it's, they get in a conversation, they lose train of thought. Guys, you need to move.
Well, and I think back to Liberty Town a couple years ago. Howard Meredith and Jamie Hall were unloading tractors, and they put a wheel chock behind the second tractor that was in the trailer, and it sat there long enough. They were just standing out there talking, and luckily it was very early in the afternoon, so there wasn't a lot of people there.
Fortunately.
But the second tractor rolled out of the trailer, and of course, once it hit them ramps, it got the speed up, ran into their other tractor, and kept on going, and it almost hit a fire engine.
I have seen that happen more than once. Seen it happen more than once. Frederick and Ellen.
I remember in the pits at Delta, we were standing there one day looking at us like, why is that truck sitting against that tractor? Remember how it used to go steep up over?
Yeah.
And a truck had rolled back, and it was the whole way against the tractor down in the bottom. They thought they had the parking brake on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
dangerous. It can be dangerous, but it's very rare.
Yeah, these are all one-off.
Very rare that stuff happens.
Examples, but
also think about the incident that happened in Winchester, Virginia, when he was at his own shop unloading the real deal and got pinched.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always ask for help.
Yeah.
Not available. Wait if you can.
There's a lot of people that are just willing to help out if somebody needs a hand.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. I hate to even say stuff, but something you got to, because it happens.
Yes, something that we got to be a little bit tighter on is to keep. We often have a lot of people that want to stand right on the wall and shoot video, and I'm not the kind of guy that likes to yell at people. I don't like to yell at people at all. I don't like to be negative. I am kind of busy, so I don't have the time. But I think from here on out, we're going to be a little bit tougher on trying to keep. We had the whole class. We had almost the whole class standing on the wall watching the one lane pull. And it's like, all right, it's now getting to be too much. You guys got to stand back a little bit further.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Your announcer side up there at Lebanon, that wall gets very crowded. It's even hard to shoot video around them. It really is.
Yeah. Well, we're going to try to keep the people down a little bit this time. And see what happens. At our last event, I thought one of my guys that helps me on the track was going to get married. So I asked the second guy, and he said he wasn't going to be around for the weekend, but he'll be back late. So I asked 2 more guys to help. And by the time that the night rolled around, everybody showed up. And so I had 3 guys on hooking on each side. So I had 6 guys on the wall. And it worked out just fine because we had a lot of little pebbles and rocks in from the new clay being brought in. And so every time the track was empty and there was nothing there, that I got them to go out in the track and pull rocks out. And that thing was almost smooth as glass by the time the night was over. So
I do that a lot when I'm starting line flagger. And
yeah.
Lebanon is one of those tracks.
Yep.
The Buck, not now, but the old Buck track. I could not believe the amount of rock I picked out of that thing.
Yeah, I was kicking rocks all evening on Saturday evening. There's a lot of new clay in there, so it brings in new pieces of rock.
They're every track I flag, I'm kicking. I find rocks and stuff. If I'll just kick them all over against Jersey Law or something, you know.
I actually found a really nice 3-inch long, almost 1.5-inch diameter quartz crystal in the Buck track on Saturday night. I tossed it off the side and told somebody they got a souvenir.
Excuse me.
Oh my. Yep.
103.
7 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
7. Yeah. Sorry.
I
didn't hear
what day it is either.
Your event starts at 7 o'clock. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Parking.
Oh, you don't start till 7.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get 100 plus vehicles, and
we do 120, 115, 120 hooks in 4 hours.
Yeah. I don't ever remember leaving beyond midnight there. So.
Yep. Well, the last. Yep.
And Joey's last hook in Sealands Grove with 6 classes was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't have to, he had a 40-minute delay, we'd have been out of there 10:45, 10:30, 11:15 probably. I was like, wow. It was really early.
Yeah, that was another one. That was another one that I thought might have problems with all the rain that came in before the pool started.
Mm-hmm.
I was helping to pull tarps off the track there, trying to keep the edges rolled up so the water wouldn't come off. There was that much water on top of the tarps. I don't think he spelled that right.
No.
That's how it's pronounced, though.
It's Lidditz, but you
With
need
a
a Z at the end of that word. Come on. We had an announcer that didn't say Lidditz. It was Lititz.
Oh, geez.
That's exactly what I thought of when I saw it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how he's
That's
saying.
why I was laughing, because I've heard that before already. So I got a trivia question for you, JR. We have new clay on our track too. Where do you think it came from?
Your track?
Yeah.
No idea.
So they went and blasted rock out of the ledge to they had to blast rock so they could put the pit side bleachers in. So they had all this rock they had to get rid of, and they decided they're going to bury it out back in the field. And when they dug a hole, they found awesome clay. So they pulled all the clay out, brought it down the track, put the rock back in, and covered it up. So all the clay on the track comes from the back field.
No kidding. That's awesome.
And it was really nice clay. I don't know if I should. We had one of the best tracks in 4 years running before the rain hit. The rain made it. We had dry soil that came up when we ripped it up at 9 o'clock, but we had a track that was just awesome. So
good.
We're still working on conditioning it. This week, a couple of guys were in there and they worked it up, and they're putting I don't know what they're all putting in it, but trying to get the soil built up again so that the track stays nice.
Oops.
There you go.
But anyway, don't worry. I had to add a letter. I forgot a letter in it too. So then I've actually heard him call it. Was it Latits, Latites, and
Latex.
Litsit? I've heard it called Litsit too.
Litsit.
Litsit.
So
Yeah.
where's our hook at? Is it Lebanon or Lebanon or Lebanon or Lebanon?
It's Lebanon. In my book, my language, the way I say it, it's Lebanon. I'm not going to Lebanon. I'm not going across the ditch. Okay, it's Lebanon.
That's what that guy just said. Keep it out of the ditch.
Keep it G-rated, yes. Yeah, keep it G-rated. All right, we're rambling on, kids.
Yep. I'm
So-
excited to see everybody this weekend, and we're going to have a good show.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm
Good show.
looking for. Like I said, some dummy fell off a wagon and couldn't, in a bad way, and couldn't. couldn't
That's
make the
right.
first- He was going to.
I'm
But
just
there's
happy
no-
that you're still here.
Yeah.
It's not good when the wagon's moving either.
No. We were stopped.
Yep.
Yeah, we were stopped. But anyway, I want to throw in here real quick. Please remember Adam Drought. Hashtag Mad About Cancer. Facebook links down there. It's been scrolling across there below Mr. Duane. And help them out, Showtime's coming soon for him. They're going to be doing a big, huge bike ride. And I got him. One shot. But anyway, yeah, help Adam out. I just bought some raffle tickets from him. I think he has some of those left. And just reach out to him, send him a message on Facebook. And if you're interested in raffle tickets, hit him up. So that's all I got. Like, subscribe, share. Get out to Beast of the East this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Lebanon Area Fairgrounds and Lebanon.
We'll all be there.
We'll all be
Awesome.
there.
Doesn't
And then
happen
some.
very often.
Okay.
Even Tater Chip Walker will be there. I mean, Mike Walker will be there.
We're going to have both Tater Chip and Hay Bale.
Ouch! Ouch!
Uh,
Hey, Bill.
my headset.
By the way,
ain't
I got
on
a
right.
hay customer coming tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I told him, I said, you'll be loading her by yourself. So, I don't have any help here. So. I don't want to be parading around, twisting my knee in that daggone barn, and I won't be there Saturday. That's not happening no more.
Yeah.
I was told to cool it, so I'm going to cool it.
There you go.
Okay. Yep. Make sure you get over there on Facebook, Mad About Cancer, and help Adam out. Great calls, and he can tell you anything you want to know about it and how well they helped him and kept Mr. Drop alive and all but cancer free so far. Knock on wood. So those guys are running it at Roswell. Trust me, they're doing a great job up there. Money is always needed. Wouldn't that be great if they found a cure for cancer? Wouldn't that be so fantastic, man? That's like, wow. That'd be like walking up, shaking hands with Bigfoot. You know what
Do
I
we
mean?
really want? Do we want to start that conversation?
Which one?
Bigfoot? I could talk about Bigfoot
No.
all night.
All you got to do is, oh, everybody's gonna think I'm a weirdo. All you got to do is take the money away from the pharmaceuticals, and then maybe we'd have a cure for cancer.
Oh boy. There went the show just went right over the edge.
Oh,
YouTube-
look, everybody left. Shoot, I'm sorry.
YouTube will be taking this one down. Just kidding.
I digress.
I digress.
I digress too. I ain't going any further with that. But I agree with you 100%.
Too much money and not finding a cure. Oops, did I just say that?
Mm. But we got to keep giving money. because
We better
there's
end
a
this
lot
show
of-
before we really fall off the political cliff.
No.
Oh, I have a whole lot right about now. I just tear the world down right now, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Lots and lots of results coming for you next Wednesday. Kendra will be back, and we're going to start hitting up guests. I just been, life is extremely busy here right now for me. Just got even busier today. that's another story for another time. I hope I don't have to tell. But anyway, Brad Coat, you know what? I ain't ashamed to put that up there, brother.
There you go.
My hero. But anyway, he knew what I was talking about.
Mhm.
Anyway, Duane, as always,
Yeah.
we
Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming on.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, you may be a cast member one day. One of us can't be here. You're going to be the one I'm going to say, "Hey, Duane,
Mm.
that D guy."
Terrible. So where you going, Kendra?
I don't know.
No, she. I'm just saying.
I'm hoping to take a vacation here now and again.
Yeah, would be nice.
A vacation that revolves around pulling, of course.
Well, I do the best I can. I'm now a little league dad, which
Oh,
takes
boy.
up a lot of time too.
Yes, sir.
3 nights a week, probably.
2 nights we're in playoffs right now, so yesterday and tomorrow night. So
Wow. That's awesome, though. It's good. Playoffs is a good thing.
Yep.
yeah, it's
Excellent.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. That means the end of the season's here soon, and I can focus all my energy on getting my work done and getting all the pulling done.
Yep.
Duane has rattled on successfully for another 8 minutes. I knew he could do it.
Have a good weekend before you say something bad. Maybe we should quit soon.
That's okay. You two hang tight here, and
Is
we'll
it
be right
bad
back.
or is it real?
Say something we will regret.
No. Digress, please.
Yeah, we digress. I
I
digress.
digress.
All right. We'll see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Keep all the good stuff in your thoughts, I guess. Hug your family a little closer, and we'll see you next Wednesday. You two, I'll be right back.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.